Wednesday morning, very windy, very grey and very wet. I'm not sure how much audio this will pick up. I do have the windsock on, but it is extremely windy. Not expecting it to be a mega busy day when the weather is this atrocious, and it is freezing. I'm a bit nervous about having my camera out in this weather because this isn't a fully weatherproofed camera, and it is, as you can see, quite horrible outside. But I thought I'd film a little bit of video on my way to work on what looks like it's going to be a horrid day. Hopefully the sales will make up for the bad weather, eh? And this is the scene as we approach the town. As you can see, the Christmas tree is actually looking really nice. Wind seems to have died down a little bit. Looks pretty gorgeous. Finally, I've made it into the shop, away from the elements, which is how I like it. It's not nice outside. I don't know how it's going to affect the sales today, but I suppose we'll find out. To be honest with you, I'm actually overall still lights on. Overall, I think I'm still just not in shock, but overall I'm still buzzing from the last couple of days of business that we've had. This week overall has so far been excellent. Just hope that we get some business today, although like I said, with the weather like it is, I can't be too upset if it doesn't happen. Also, I may be lucky and be getting a couple of deliveries today, but I'm not holding my breath for those either because I've not heard anything from the distributors. But I am expecting 2 more deliveries. I honestly can't wait for the day that we clear out all of this Finding Dory stuff. It's taking up so much room, it's annoying. There's my coffee machine that's out of service. Well, it's not out of service, the coffee machine works fine. I have no coffee grinder to go with it, but that's going to be sorted at some point. So I'm going all the way back here. I've got more stock here, and by stock I mean more frickin' Finding Dory. I'm actually here for the Axe Cop, because I was meant to do this yesterday and I just never got round to it. I was meant to be putting these guys out because I think I sold a couple off the shelf. I've got bunches of these as well. These are so nice. I really like these. I think I'm going to have to open one of these Bilbo Baggins Hobbits figures because they're insanely detailed. They look exactly like the actor. They've got full articulation. I don't think people fully appreciate them in the box. I might have to take one of those out of the box. Anyway, let me get to this Axe Cop box. It never fails to amaze me what people will buy. I mean, granted, these are only $7.99, but still... the fact that there is a market, albeit a very small niche market, still makes me giggle. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, this is the Dr. Doodoo action figure, and that little fella there, that is Dr. Doodoo, and this giant figure is actually the accessory called the Doodoo Soldier. Yes. I've just said doo-doo a bunch of times. Anyway, I got priced these up, $7.99, and they can go back on the shelf. We're off the mark for today, 10:15 at the moment, and the first sale of the day was actually a wallet, and it was a Dungeons and Dragons wallet, the last one that I had. Really good margins on those, and they're really good quality products. A lot, the stitching, etc., is great on them, and they've sold very well since getting them in. Again, it's something that I should have maybe ordered a bigger range of, and I'm definitely going to be ordering a wider range of those now going forward because they've definitely piqued an interest with the customers. And this was a really nice sale because I had no idea it was coming, and it was actually someone that had been in before, and their son had really liked the look of it, and you know, Dad popped back and has just straight in, knew what he wanted and picked it up. So great start to the day. Today has actually started off quite strongly. We've had already 4 sales between 10 and 11:20, which it is now. I've just sold one of these D&D ampersand baseball caps, so that's going out on display to fill up the gap. We've also sold a Stranger Things 3D mug, so now we've got an empty space there. I really should have bought more 3D mugs. They seem to have been really popular. I think one thing I'm learning this in this for our first Christmas. What a weird Christmas to have as your first Christmas in retail. Um, One thing I'm learning is definitely knowing which lines to, what kind of gifts that what at this time of year we should be stocked up on, because we're definitely running short. Because if we do continue to be busy for the rest of the day, obviously these things are now running out. The only mugs I've got left now are the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. Really, I should have a selection. It's definitely been a morning of accessories. So far, a baseball cap, a mug, a wallet, and one action figure. Hopefully it will just continue from here and we'll end up having another very strong day, although I don't want to jinx it. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and I have just had another parcel delivered. Really thrilled that it arrived so quickly. I'm now only missing one order. I still need to place orders, but I'm not sure whether I'm in a super rush to do it, because obviously there is news coming out that it's possible that as soon as Boxing Day more areas could be placed in tier 4, which would mean I'd have to close the shop again. But I'm not trying to dwell too much on that. I'm going to have a look at the stuff I've ordered, get it ready for sale for anyone that's coming in today and tomorrow to do a bit of shopping, because there's some cool things in here and I'll share those with you as I go through them. Right, let's crack these open. Fragile, I don't know what's so fragile about this stuff, but okay. There we go, Baby Yoda figures, super cute. Oh, they are adorable, they really are. Here we have Luke Skywalker from Endor. Okay, there's Leia from the same movie. They're actually really good. We have got a Jawa. They're a pain, aren't they, Jawas? Oh, look at that, a Dagobah Luke as well. That is really cool. I'm loving the retro packaging on them. I had to get, oh yes, holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. I had to get this. I've got the white suited John Wick. The black suit John Wick looks even better. That is awesome. That is a really nice John Wick figure. This is the new Diamond Select. Wow. The Hulkbuster figure. The Iron Man Hulkbuster. That is a really nice action figure. Absolutely awesome looking. Really awesome. I had to get these just because Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, are amongst my favourite movie characters ever. I love Kevin Smith's movies, and I've now got Jay and Silent Bob. So here is the Silent Bob figure from the reboot. The reboot movie wasn't very good, if I'm honest. It really wasn't very good. But I do like the fact that he comes with his own little action figure there. That's pretty cool. And obviously, yeah, something for him to smoke. And here is Jay as well. Jay's likeness is accurately captured here as well. Cool action figure, really cool. Comes with his own plant there. You can guess what kind of plant that is. It's definitely not 100% ideal, but I've managed to put the Star Wars stuff that's come in right by the counter. A lot of people seem to look here, and it's a nice way of displaying, especially these guys here. These have been flying off the shelves for us. You really can notice the difference in trade on a Wednesday here in Garstang. Traditionally, Garstang has had a half day on a Wednesday, and the majority of our sales today, the majority of our transactions, all of them happened between 10 and 12 o'clock. After 12 o'clock, we've only had 2 transactions, one at 2 o'clock and one just now about 3:30. Because again, it's about how your customers are wired, and if they've had decades and decades of knowing that Wednesday is like a half day, they're just not expecting you to be open. It was just lucky that a couple of people have been walking past and like, oh, are they open? You can actually hear them saying that, and then they come in and have a look. But the footfall obviously dies. A lot of the shops are already closed. I mean, there's shops that do hours like 10 till 12 or something in the morning. So they're open for that period, and that's when the customers come, and then after that they go So Wednesday, like I said, is traditionally a half day, and that has impacted the sales. I can't see us being close to sales to what we achieved yesterday or the day before. However, I'm not surprised now, because I'd almost forgotten it was Wednesday, and I was just thinking, wow, it's suddenly gone a bit quiet, because it started off like it has done over the past couple of days, but then it's just died off, whereas I thought it would continue and we'd have another strong day. But it makes a lot of sense, because when you go out there, you see the footfall is almost non-existent. People just don't expect it, and most of the other shops have shut hours ago. Tomorrow I'm expecting will be a different story, because it's Christmas Eve, it's the last day, and so I'm hoping that we will get a strong day of footfall, even though the market I don't think is running, and normally on a Thursday there's a market. But I'm feeling good about tomorrow. Say hi to the Hulkbuster. What an action figure, really cool. I've got to do a little bit of moving and manoeuvring around to get all the stock that I've bought in onto the shop floor, because at the moment it's not all out. I've now put the John Wick and the Jay and Silent Bob figures over here, which means I have moved the Castlevania and Bruce Lee figures over to the anime type section, which is just on this gondola here. Not ideal, but it will do for now, because there's still more stock coming in, so I'm still going to be doing a lot of moving around, and we still need to get some bits of like store fixtures and things like clip strips to help us as well. When it comes to the Diamond Select figures, the Hulkbuster made his way onto the wall next to the Juggernaut. They're similar size figures, and I've ended up moving Wolverine onto the wall using a screw that was there, so he's hanging on the wall, and then that allows the rest of the figures to be there. What was here was a Batman clock, which has now found a home next to all the DC figures and mainly Batman and Joker type figures, so that will have to do there for now. On a separate note, I was listening to the news earlier, and it looks like that we have survived, or we have escaped being re-tiered. We're still tier 3 here where I am. A lot of the country in the south, most of the south and southeast of the UK has now been put into tier 4. If I had been put into tier 4 here, that would have meant from Boxing Day, that would have meant we wouldn't be opening, which would have been a real blow, because there's going to be obviously a lot of shopping that happens in that period. A lot of people come out on Boxing Day with Christmas money to spend, and that would be a real shame if we'd missed out on that. So for now, at least, we're still in tier 3. I do feel for everyone that's been put into tier 4 and will have to close their non-essential business. It's not ideal, but at least we've escaped it for now. Although I'm still anticipating going into the new year, I'm not holding out a huge amount of hope that we won't be in tier 4 for January. But at least it means that I know that I've got the Christmas Day off, but I'm probably going to be back in on Boxing Day because we're still tier 3. So I'm looking forward to getting as much trade into the shop as possible, and get as much turnover into the shop as possible before we go for any further lockdowns. It's just gone past 8 o'clock in the evening. Beck is kindly making us some mac and cheese, and when we got home we had a parcel to look at, and it was a lovely parcel to myself and the family, the whole family, from Anya, who's a YouTube subscriber, who sent us a real nice little box of goodies.
Yes,
which
thank you.
We appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching. We're really glad you enjoy the videos, and it's really kind of you to take the time to send out a lovely gift like that to us. We both appreciate it.
We do.
Thank you. It's not as bad as usual. It's actually only 11:15 at night at the moment, so much earlier than before, than over the past couple of days. So I'm pretty pleased with myself. I'm not going to pat myself on the back or have a cookie. I actually had a cookie earlier, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm going to be getting this edited at a much more reasonable time. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.